Every week, we're talking about something that's driving you crazy. You just scan the QR code that should be coming on your screen any moment to ask Jason a question.
Oh, Jason, you have a really interesting question. Who'd you hear from this time?
It was Gene down in Castle Rock who was driving one of the express lanes, and he wrote to me saying, "What's driving you crazy? I received a lane change violation after I was forced to exit the express lane for an accident. How does someone prove there was an emergency vehicle in the lane? We can't use our phones to document a photo. Are we expected to write down where, when, and why as proof? Can you please explain this?" I received several questions about this, as well as a question from Roberta in Aurora asking what to do if there's an emergency responder behind you in that express lane. Now, if you need to exit or enter an express lane because of any emergency situation, you can do so without penalty. The way it works is when a crash occurs, either CDOT's system will spot the slowdown automatically, and if not, they are notified by first responders. At that point, all entry and exit violations are suspended just in that area while the incident is going on. Now, I'm told that is it's only after the incident has been verified as cleared would lane change violations resume again. Now, as for Roberta's scenario, when an emergency vehicle is behind you, no matter what road you're on or what lane you're in, you are required to pull over to the side of the road. Those first responders are required to notify CDOT when running with lights and sirens on in the express lane, and at that point, lane exit violations are supposed to be suspended while the emergency response is underway. If for some reason you still get a violation notice like Gene did, you can notify the customer service department, and that should then dismiss the violation. Now, even though there are some of these mechanisms in place to notify CDOT of first responder activities, I think instead of having to write down what happened or trying to take a picture with your phone, which you're not supposed to, it would help if you have a dash cam to prove that you had to move over for an emergency vehicle or get out of the way of a crash. I have a dash cam in my car, I have another one in my wife's car, and I have one in my daughter's car. So that's the first thing I did when I got my daughter when she got her car. They aren't that much money. I did an extensive interview about these dash cams for my Driving You Crazy podcast. I answered all kinds of questions like what types are good, how to install them, how expensive are they, and I have a link to that version or to that episode in the online version of the story. It's right now available on Denver7.com.
I mean, you have that video, and then it just solves the problem right there. It
yes,
answers all your questions.
It does, totally, and it's good proof, and it's great for all kinds of situations, not just that kind of situation.
Good point.
Yeah.
As far as traffic goes, we're looking at I-25 up to the north, and in the express lane, it looks pretty good. There was a report of possibly something in here in lanes around I-25 and 84th. I am not seeing it. Those are the headlights that you see coming at us on that southbound side. You can see right now the big two trouble spots are going to be there across Commerce City on 270 and I-225 just after I-70. I'll have details about what's going on in just a minute.